Hi, Bruno Jr. here. Our podcast, Busting Addiction and Myths, is sponsored by SafeHouseRehab.com. SafeHouse believes that traditional treatments fall short of the needs of clients who face the modern problems of addiction. Modern problems need modern solutions. Multiple addictions, multiple relapses, multiple triggers, and cheaper and more powerful street drugs set up unprecedented challenges facing treatment centers. What is needed is a more sophisticated approach, a better way forward. There are 3 reasons to choose our progressive modern treatment program. 1, a more sophisticated intake process. 2, technology proven to enhance recovery. And 3, the most robust aftercare program in our sector. To learn more, visit us at safehouserehab.com. Episode 10, Season 9. Renounce unnecessary thinking. This might seem like a strange topic in a series dedicated to busting the myths surrounding addiction. In my last episode, I discussed the challenge of finding joy amid the sorrow and chaos of living with addiction in your home when you're not the addicted one. All the experts will agree on the fact that coming out of a relationship with an addict or alcoholic loved one is akin to having a case of post-traumatic stress disorder. The sad fact is that many, if not most, caregivers are living in trauma day in and day out. If by my podcast I can help just one person find a way to live peacefully in what was once a toxic relationship, or if my words help just one person with a substance use disorder accept help and get clean and sober, then all of this will have been worthwhile. I know our metrics show we've had several thousand downloads of my podcast by now, so I suppose I should be encouraged that our voice has made a difference. So why does this title of this episode urge you to renounce unnecessary thinking? What should you do instead? You should be present instead. This is such an absurdly simple concept, most people cannot understand it. Yet those of us in homes with an addict or alcoholic find ourselves with our minds constantly churning with mental activity that ultimately does us no good whatsoever, yet we are compelled to do it nonetheless. Tell me what good the following do: anxiety, worry, anger, fear, resentment, rage, shame, low self-respect, self-loathing, obsession or obsessive compulsive disorder, thinking and or doing things repetitively without being able to stop, and a more complicated state of emotion called codependency, which is defined as the overwhelming need to control another person and the things that come with it. The truth is, and all experts agree on 2 things. 1, a sick mind cannot fix a sick mind. You can't fix your own sick mind, and you definitely cannot fix the mind of your sick loved one. 2, healing from PTSD or current TSD cannot be done alone. We, in these sick situations, need the help of a professional, and we need the help found in groups of people, mostly women, who are also in exactly the same situation as we are in. So what does that have to do with unnecessary thinking? Most of the thinking you have been doing is quite destructive to your well-being, as it is all negative and therefore unnecessary. It is irrational, so it borders on insanity, yes? So what happens when you experience a moment of pure wonder? A beautiful piece of music, waves on the water, a moment with a young kid, being taken in by a great movie, joy that comes with an intimate conversation or interaction with a loved one or a child. What happens is you stop thinking. You become present instead. That brief moment of presence is when both the past and the future disappear and you are at peace. There is something deeply spiritual about that moment. Some say, and I happen to agree, that it is only in the now that we experience our higher power. A spiritual teacher from the 11th century, a Sufi master quoted by Eckhart Tolle, the well-known author of The Power of Now, is to have said, "Past and future veil God from our sight, burn them both with fire." Pretty strong words from a religious leader about the need to be in the now and the present moment. And to enable us to be in that state, we stop thinking, for our minds are our most noxious enemies. You might say to me, "Bruno, This is about how to find sanity and peace in a world of addiction and all the fear and shame that it brings. How can I stop thinking about this all the time? One of the most powerful tools in the arsenal of recovery that Al-Anon recommends is meditation. Meditation is one of the most difficult yet one of the most necessary practices we can use on a daily basis to help us stay in the present. Many in our community of recovering people, whether you're an AA or an Al-Anon, have discovered that immense value and power of fellowship so that we do not feel alone. We adopt a power greater than ourselves so that we can give away our twisted thoughts to that power. We also pray and meditate so as to gain peace of mind by staying fully in the present and using our minds to think only when necessary. Believe me, you will not lose your power of thought this way. In fact, you will come back to any problem with a new and more creative perspective. Embedded in the 12 steps of Al-Anon is the idea of meditation as a means of staying in touch with our higher power, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with our higher power, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. Two of my go-to sources for meditation are Essential Meditations with Eckhart Tolle, available as an Audible download, and Insight Timer, fully loaded with thousands of meditations you can download as a free app. Between my 30 minutes a day plugged into the wisdom of mindfulness and a constant reminder to renounce unnecessary thinking and be present instead, I can stay clean and sober and above all that, sane and serene much of the time. So what have we learned today? We learned that 1. We who have lived or currently live in an addictive relationship with an addict or alcoholic are experiencing PTSD and need more healing than we perhaps realize. It is possible to escape the trap of obsessive thought about our trying situation with a conscious attempt at becoming fully present. 3. One of the most powerful tools in the arsenal of recovery is that of meditation, present moment awareness, which can be practiced alone or with others. 4. If we join others in the same life situation as ours, we shall find joy in a fellowship such as Al-Anon, which will teach us how to become fully present and be able to once again live life one moment at a time. Our podcast is sponsored by SafeHouseRehab.com, a modern approach to recovery. To learn more, visit us at SafeHouseRehab.com.